Welcome guys once again to my video. This is the first video in uh, computing, so I really welcome you guys and I'm really happy doing this is my own way of imparting lives. And please, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, I want to plead with you to consider hitting the subscribe button and also like this video. From YouTube should encourage share this video to more people. So in today's lecture, we want to look at computing, the word computing. I know many of you must have heard of this. Probably some of you have little knowledge on it, but today, after watching this video, you will be your knowledge will be more detailed when it comes to computing, the computing world basically. All right, so what is computing? Let's start with that. The use, when you say computing is the use of computer to process, manage and manipulate data or information. Now take note of this word, the use of computer. So that will tell you that if there is no computer, right, there can never be anything computing. Computer is the device that is used for computing. I think that's very clear. Computer is the device used for computing. So without computer as a device, there cannot be anything called computing. Okay, and what is that computing? I mean, is the use, when anytime we make use of computer to process, to manage and manipulate data and information. What we did there is what computing is, as simple as that. Now let us pick this computer, the word computer. Now, what is computer? What is computer? I just gave a basic meaning, a basic definition here, which I'm going to explain better using I'm going to explain better. Now, computer is an electronic device. The first thing that comes to your mind is that, is a computer, is it a device that makes use of electricity or not? So for the fact that it makes use of electricity, it simply means that that device is an electronic device, and that electronic device that can store, it has the capacity, the ability to store, to process a data. That means any device that has the ability to store data, to process data or to manipulate data, it means that that device is a what, is a computer. No, now a lot of us have this mindset that anything that is not looking like this, let me use this as an example, that's not looking like the structure of, if I say computer now, something is coming to your mind, like you want to look at your laptop, you want to look at your desktop, whereas that's not just only computer we have. So as many devices that can store, that can process a data, such device is a computer. Now let's say, for an example, another example is your phone. Your phone has the ability, your cell phone has the ability to store, has the ability to process a data. For another example is the when you get to filling station, that thing called pump machine, where the petrol is being pumped out from. That thing is a machine. It's called a computer because it has the capacity to store. It has the capacity to what? To process. So that is the reason when you get to filling station, the people who attend to you, ask you how much of petrol do you want to buy. The next thing that happens is that they impute the amount of the petrol you want to buy, and once they impute the amount on the screen, what happens is that automatically that machine will generate the petrol will pop out, and once it's popped out to the quantity of the amount, the quantity equivalent to the amount of what you've said you want to buy, it stops. So that's to tell you that that is a computer. So watch out for devices that has this capacity, these things I've just said. Now it can store a data, it can process it, and also it can give it as an output. Any device that does this, any electronic device that does this is a computer. Okay, so that's for that. Now what are the components of computer? Now what are those things? When I mean component, I simply means those things that when we put them together, they make the word computer. That means without these things, these components, there is nothing going to be, computer will not even exist at all. So what are those components? The first on my on the board here is central processing unit, which is uh, popularly known as to be what, CPU. Now I want to correct something. We all know that those days when we are much younger, and probably in nursery and primary school, our teacher will always tell us, they always drew something like this. I don't know how many of you experienced this though, but I think I experienced it. And it just drew something like this. Something of this. I'm sorry, I can't really get it. I'm not good at drawing. So it drew something like this, and it will tell you that this is CPU, Central Processing Unit. And they could also say it is the brain of the computer. Now I want to correct that notion. This is not CPU. This thing is called system units. It's called system units. Now the complete case, that case where so many devices, so many components are inside, is called system units. But the CPU itself is a chip. We can also call it microprocessor. Is a chip found, is located inside this system unit. You get it now? So don't mix them up. This CPU is a chip, a microchip located inside this system unit. The system unit is the total, the complete case, the casing as a whole. All right. And what is the work of this CPU? CPU is very important. You must understand this. CPU is microprocessor is very, very important. If we must talk about computer, then if this guy is out of computer, there is nothing computer can do. This guy that is responsible of executing tasks, executing data, executing information in your computer. You tell your computer to do a particular thing, and suddenly your computer begin to run those things. It is this guy called CPU is in charge, is the one behind all those things. So I don't want to go more details into this CPU of a thing. So I'm going to make a video that's different, a separate, a dedicated video where I'm going to explain CPU, I'm going to explain RAM, I'm going to explain other things. Now number two is memory, which is called RAM. We know that many of us know memory, and we also know ROM and RAM. Now RAM is a memory, but this type of memory is a kind of memory that it stores things temporarily, and it does not have a large capacity. As I said earlier, I'm going to talk about RAM in a dedicated video where I will teach you. I'm going to talk more about it. There are so many things that a lot of people don't know about RAM, and in that video I will expose so many things. So this RAM here, it helps in saving data that the CPU will execute temporarily. So data are moved into the RAM temporarily, and the CPU picks the data from the RAM and execute it. That is how it works. The next one is we have storage. Storage simply means your HDD, which is your hard disk, solid state drive, which is XSD. You get it now. Dedicated video is coming for each of them. Now the next one is motherboard. What is motherboard? Motherboard is a circuit board that connects and communicates with all the components of the computer. It is this guy that brings all the components together and make sure that, connect them together and make sure that they are all communicating in one language to achieve one task, that they are not against themselves. Is that taken? So that is for that. And the next one I will put here is what I call, let me put it here, component of the computer, which is number 5, is what I call input device. Input devices. Number 6 is output devices. Now this input devices is any device that allows you to put in a data into a computer. An example of such is your keyboard, your mouse, your mouse. I think there are so many. Your speaker, no, speaker is not it. There are so many. I don't know. I just escape my mind. So once I remember, I will put more. Now another one is your scanner. I think I remember this. So let's move to the output. So the output means any device after you've inputted a device into your computer, then the output is the one that will bring it out after the processing execution has been done. You get it now? And such example of such is printer. Okay. Another is speaker. Okay. Another is projector. So and so on. Fine. So I think this is a basic first tutorial video on computing. And if you find this very, very helpful, don't hesitate to like, to share, and to subscribe. Also follow me for more videos. Thank you very much, and I remain Daniel. See you on the next one.